Hello, good morning students. Today we are starting the next topic that is accounting ratios. We have studied various financial statements and we all know that financial statements contain absolute figures of assets, liabilities, revenues, expenses, profit, loss, etc. But they do not reveal the earning capacity, liquidity, financial soundness of the enterprise. We cannot understand from absolute figure, any user cannot understand from absolute figures that whether the company is financially sound or not. So they are not readily understandable to us, that is the users. So they are analyzed to present them in a simple and understandable form, and various tools are used by the accountants to analyze the financial statements. We have learned comparative statements, common size statements, and now accounting ratios is one of the tool to analyze the financial statements. Okay, I told you that absolute figures are not easily understandable. For example, if we will take one example of a trader. If a trader, say Amit, earns a profit of rupees 1,50,000 and another trader, that is Sumit, earns a profit of rupees 1,80,000. Which one of them is more sufficient? We cannot understand from seeing these absolute figures. Even though Sumit's earning is more, we cannot say that he is more efficient or he is financially sound, etc., without analyzing the transaction. Okay, so for this purpose we want to calculate various ratios and then we can make the analysis of financial statements. About liquidity we can understand about financial soundness of the firm, etc. What is the meaning of ratio? The ratio means relationship between two figures expressed in arithmetical term. We have studied the concept of ratio already in 6th or 7th standard. A ratio is simply one number expressed in terms of another. This is the meaning in one sentence. Ratio may be expressed in the following four ways. Proportion means this is to this, 2 is to 1, 3 is to 2. In partnership accounts, we have seen this type of ratios between the partners, profit sharing ratios. These are expressed in the terms of proportion, that is simple ratio. Second time is rate, that is so many times, 5 times, 6 times, 2 times, etc. Goodwill is valued at 2 times the average profit, twice the average profit means 2 times. This is the second method of expressing the ratios. Okay, then we can express ratios in percentage. We all know that, so there is nothing to explain. And next is fraction, that is net profit is 1/5 of capital. So while calculating ratio, it should be understood that it is desirable to divide the most favorable figure by the less favorable figure. Understood? Now we have to calculate various types of ratios, and so we'll study now classification of ratios. We all know that ratios are helpful in analysis of financial statements. There are various advantages of accounting ratios. They are helpful in analysis of financial statements. Secondly, they can simplify the accounting data. They are helpful in comparative study. They are helpful in locating the weak spots of the business and we can make correction for that. They are helpful in forecasting. The management has to forecast about various things, so ratio helps in that. They can estimate about the trend of the business. By calculating ratios, we can keep effective control on liquidity, solvency, profitability, etc. And with the help of accounting ratios, study of financial soundness of the firm or company is possible. Okay, so studying accounting ratios is very important. Today we will study classification of ratios also. See here, ratios may be classified into the four categories as follows. First is A, liquidity ratios, B, solvency ratios, C, activity or turnover ratios, and D, profitability ratios, or it is also called as income ratio. See the liquidity ratios. Liquidity refers to the ability of the firm to meet its current liabilities. The liquidity ratios therefore are also called short-term solvency ratios. Liquidity याचा अर्थ आहे how fast the company can convert their current assets into cash and meet their current liabilities. This is the meaning of liquidity. Okay, so we can understand short-term position, financial position of the firm, of the company from liquidity ratios. From that we can understand the capacity of the company to meet their current liabilities immediately by converting their current assets into liquid cash. Liquidity ratios include two ratios. Current ratios, it is also called as working capital ratio, and second is quick ratio, or it is called as acid test ratio or liquid ratio. They can ask by any name in the exam. Please keep it in mind. So you have to understand that acid test ratio means quick ratio or liquid ratio means quick ratio. These are the two liquidity ratios. From that we can understand the liquidity position of the company. Now second, that is B, solvency ratios. These ratios are calculated to assess the ability of the firm to meet its long-term liabilities as and when they become due. कंपनीच्या लॉंग टर्म लायबिलिटीज पण असतात. करंट लिक्विडिटी रेशोजवरून आपल्याला करंट फायनान्शियल पोझिशन लायबिलिटीज भागवण्याची कशी आहे कळतं. सॉल्व्हन्सी रेशोजमधून लॉंग टर्म लायबिलिटीज पेड करायच्या असतात, ज्यावेळेला त्या ड्यू होतात त्यावेळेला त्या पेड करण्याची कपॅसिटी कंपनीची कशी आहे ते तुम्हाला कळतं. These ratios reveal as to how much amount in a business has been invested by the proprietors and how much amount has been raised from the outside sources. Solvency ratios disclose the firm's ability to meet the interest cost regularly and long-term indebtedness at maturity. Meaning is that या रेशोजवरून प्रोप्रायटरची इन्व्हेस्टमेंट किती आहे आणि आउटसाइडर्सकडून किती पैसा धंद्यामध्ये घालण्यासाठी घेतलेला आहे हे समजतं. आणि त्याचबरोबर कंपनीची पोझिशन कळते, फायनान्शियल साऊंडनेस कळतो आणि ही पोझिशन कळल्यानंतर त्याच्यावरून कळतं की आपण लोन्सवरचे इंटरेस्ट वगैरे पेड करू शकणार आहोत की नाही, कंपनी पेड करू शकणार आहे की नाही. त्याचबरोबर ॲट द टाईम ऑफ मॅच्युरिटी if company will be in position to pay their long term debts, that we can also understand from calculating solvency ratios. Solvency ratios are debt equity ratio, total assets to debt ratio, proprietary ratio and interest coverage ratio. Okay, these four are solvency ratios. 1 mark question मध्ये solvency ratio कोणता आहे असं एखादा एक्झाम्पल पण सांगायला असू शकतं. म्हणजे कोणते सॉल्व्हन्सी रेशोज आहेत, कुठले लिक्विडिटी रेशोज आहेत हे तुम्हाला लक्षात ठेवणं गरजेचं आहे. ओके, सो देर आर टू लिक्विडिटी रेशोज, दॅट इज करंट रेशो अँड क्विक रेशो, अँड देर आर 4 सॉल्व्हन्सी रेशोज, डेट इक्विटी रेशो, टोटल ॲसेट्स टू डेट रेशो, प्रोप्रायटरी रेशो अँड इंटरेस्ट कव्हरेज रेशो. नाव थर्ड, that is C, is activities ratio. All of these activity ratios are calculated on the basis of cost of revenue from operations or revenue from operations. Okay, therefore these ratios are also called as turnover ratio, because revenue from operations means sales means turnover, so they are also called as turnover ratio. This turnover ratio indicates the speed or number of times the capital employed has been rotated in the process of doing business. In other words, this ratio indicates how efficiently the working capital and inventory is being used to obtain revenue from operations. वर्किंग सायकल जे असतं त्या सायकलमध्ये वर्किंग कॅपिटलचा यूज किती इफेक्टिव्हली होतो आहे हे बघण्यासाठी हे रेशोज उपयोगी पडतात. ओके, सो देर आर 4 ॲक्टिव्हिटी रेशोज. that is inventory turnover ratio. Inventory means stock, so it is also called as stock turnover ratio. Debtors turnover ratio or trade receivable turnover ratio. Creditors or trade payables turnover ratio, and working capital turnover ratio. Every ratio is related to turnover, that is revenue from operations, and if revenue from operations is not given in the problem, cost of revenue from operations we will use. Okay, so all ratios are related to turnover, that is sales. Activity ratios are the ratios relating to sales, that is revenue from operations. Understood? And now fourth, that is profitability ratios, which are also called as income ratios. Every business starts for earning profit, and these ratios are important to measure the profitability of the company. Okay, from the calculating these ratio we can understand the profitability of the company, such as what is the rate of profit, whether there is increase in profit or decrease in profit, whether the profit is sufficient or not, etc. Okay, what is the comparison between other company of same field, etc. we can measure from these profitability ratios. These profitability ratios are gross profit ratio, operating ratio, operating profit ratio, net profit ratio, and return on investment, which is also called as in short form ROI ratio. Okay, so today onwards we have to learn these various ratios. Today I am starting with liquidity ratios, that is current ratio and quick ratio. Okay, liquidity ratios, that is short term solvency ratios. From these ratios we will understand the capacity of the company, that is capacity of the current assets of the company to satisfy their current liabilities. Okay, see, first ratio is current ratio. Current ratio explains the relationship between obviously current assets and current liabilities, and the formula is very easy. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. We have studied various current assets while we have studied notes to accounts, and we all know which are the current assets and which are the current liabilities. कारण प्रॉब्लेममध्ये काय तुम्हाला करंट ॲसेट्स आणि करंट लायबिलिटीज इझिली दिलेल्या नसणार आहेत. वेगवेगळ्या ॲसेट्स लायबिलिटीज दिलेल्या असणार आहेत. तुम्हाला शोधून काढायचं त्यातल्या करंट ॲसेट्स करंट लायबिलिटीज त्यांची टोटल करायची आहे आणि नंतर रेशो कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे. सो आपल्याला करंट ॲसेट्स आणि करंट लायबिलिटीज व्यवस्थित माहीत असणं गरजेचं आहे. सो मी इथे पुन्हा एकदा करंट ॲसेट्ससुद्धा मेन्शन केलेलं आहे बघा. Current assets are the assets which are likely to be converted into cash or cash equivalents within 12 months from the date of the balance sheet or within the period of operating cycle. Okay, so these are the current assets. We can convert them into cash within 12 months, that is within a short period. Here is the list of current assets. See the list. You have to prepare your own notes from this lecture. Keep it in mind. Everything you have to solve in your notebook. Current assets includes the following assets: current investments, that is investment for less than 12 months period, inventories, trade receivables. As I told you, trade receivables includes bills receivable as well as sundry debtors, and less RDD, that is provision for doubtful debts. Cash and cash equivalents, short term loans and advances, that is short term loans and advances given, loans given for short term, that is less than 12 months, for less than 12 months to some party, or amount receivable from other party. Other current assets, other current assets restricted to prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, that is income receivable, and advance tax paid by the company. Okay. These two items are excluded from current assets, that is loose tools and stores and spares and provision for doubtful debts. These are not included in current assets. Now current liabilities. Current liabilities are the liabilities payable within 12 months from the date of balance sheet or within the period of operating cycle. We all know that. Okay. Here the list of current liabilities is given. Short term borrowings, that is borrowings for less than 12 months. Trade payables, that is bills payable and sundry creditors. Other current liabilities, just like other current assets, there are some other current liabilities, that is interest accrued on borrowings, that is interest payable. Income received in advance, just like subscription received in advance. Outstanding expenses, that is expenses payable. Unclaimed dividend means which is not claimed by the shareholders and it is payable to shareholders. Calls in advance received from the shareholders, etc. And some short term provisions, that is provision for tax, proposed dividend, etc. Okay, these are all current liabilities. Now here is the objective and significance. This ratio, as I told you, is used to assess the firm's ability to meet its short term liabilities by using, means current liabilities, by using current assets. Okay. According to accounting principle, a current ratio of 2:1 is supposed to be an ideal ratio. So ideal ratio is 2:1. Okay. Here the ideal ratio should be 2:1, and it means that the current assets of the business should be at least double than the current liabilities. If current liability is 1, current asset should be 2 rupees. Understood? See, here one example is given. From this problem we have to calculate current ratio. They told us that from the following, compute the current ratio and give your comment on it. Okay. See the example. Non-current investments 1 lakh, current investment 40,000. Current investment is current assets. Inventories including loose tools rupees 50,000. So here total inventory is 2,80,000 and loose tools is rupees 50,000. So we have to take 2,80,000 minus 50,000, that is 2,30,000 for inventory, which is current asset. Okay. Trade receivables, sundry debtors and bills receivable, these are current assets. Trade payables, sundry creditors and bills payable, they are current liabilities. Long term borrowings we have to exclude because it is not current liability. Short term borrowings is a current liability. Okay, because it is for short term, that is less than 12 months. Short term provisions, it is also a current liability. And cash and bank balance, that is cash and cash equivalents, it is obviously a current asset. Okay, now let's solve it. It's very easy. Current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. In current assets, current investments plus inventory, as I told you, after subtracting the value of loose tools from inventories, plus trade receivables plus cash and bank balance. We have to add all these items, so total current assets are 4,80,000. Okay. Now current liabilities, as we have discussed earlier, trade payables, that is sundry creditors plus bills payable plus short term borrowings plus short term provisions. So total current liabilities are rupees 2 lakhs. Now we have to calculate current ratio. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. So 4,80,000 divided by 2 lakhs. The ratio is 2.4:1. Okay, we have to cancel 4 zeros against 4 zeros. So the amount is 48 upon 20. We will divide by 20 to 48, or we can first divide by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, so 12, and 4 fives are 20, so 12 upon 5. Then you can divide by 5 to 12, you will get 2.1. So the ratio is 2.4. So the ratio is 2.4:1. Okay, and they told us to give the comment. So here they shows how to give the comment. An ideal current ratio should be 2:1. So we can write in short that ideal current ratio is equal to 2:1. So it shows that the current assets should be double than the current liabilities. Here the ratio is 2.4:1. So company's financial position is obviously satisfactory. The company is in a position to pay the current liabilities. म्हणजे if current liability is 1 rupee, then current asset is 2.40. म्हणजे 1 रुपयाची लायबिलिटी पेड करायला त्यांच्याकडे 2.40 करंट ॲसेट्स आहेत. सो देर पोझिशन इज साऊंड, सॅटिस्फॅक्टरी, साऊंड, यू कॅन से एनिथिंग. ओके, now the second type of liquidity ratio, quick ratio, which is also called as acid test ratio or liquid ratio. Quick ratio indicates whether the firm is in a position to pay its current liabilities within a month or immediately on a short notice. Okay, as such the quick ratio is calculated by dividing liquid assets. म्हणजे करंट ॲसेट्समधले सुद्धा काही असे ॲसेट्स आहेत ज्या फास्ट असतात, क्विक, दे कॅन बी कन्वर्टेड इन टू कॅश क्विकली. ओके, सो बाय डिवायडिंग दे आर कॉल्ड एज लिक्विड ॲसेट्स. सो लिक्विड assets divided by current liabilities. From these liquid assets we can pay the current liabilities. This ratio shows the company's position to pay the current liabilities as early as possible, that is very quickly, that is within 1 month. Okay, so quick ratio is equal to liquid assets of the company which can be converted into cash immediately, they are called as liquid assets, divided by current liabilities. Here they have explained liquid assets means those assets which will be converted into cash and cash equivalents very shortly. All current assets except inventory and prepaid expenses are included in liquid assets. Means all the current assets but not inventory and prepaid expenses are liquid assets. All current assets are liquid assets, but inventory means stock, we cannot convert the stock immediately into cash or cash equivalents within a very short notice. Okay, similarly prepaid expenses, if prepaid expenses are prepaid for 7 months, 8 months, 10 months, then we cannot convert these expenses into cash, we cannot receive immediate the service required, etc. So inventory and prepaid expenses are excluded, or बाकी other sub current assets we can include as liquid assets. Okay, inventory is excluded from liquid assets because it has to be sold before it can be converted into cash, and prepaid expenses too are excluded from the list of liquid assets because they are not expected to be converted into cash. Service is receivable for that period, but that period can be more than 2, 3, 6, 10 months. Okay, so these two assets are excluded, म्हणजे त्या assets लिक्विड ॲसेट्स म्हणून घेतल्या जात नाहीत. त्या दोन्ही सोडून सगळ्या करंट ॲसेट्स या लिक्विड ॲसेट्स असतात. ओके, सो लिक्विड ॲसेट्स include the following. 2 items are deducted from the above list of current assets: current investments, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, short term loans and advances. Okay, so liquid assets is equal to current assets minus inventories minus prepaid expenses and advance tax. Advance tax means prepaid tax. Okay, we have paid, so it is also excluded. Now see here, objective and significance. An ideal quick ratio is said to be 1:1. It means it is expected that liquid assets available which can be converted into cash within 1 month are same as per the current liabilities, as per the requirements of current liabilities. जेवढ्या करंट लायबिलिटीज आहेत तेवढ्या सेम लिक्विड ॲसेट्स आपल्याकडे आहेत असा त्याचा अर्थ होतो. इफ इट इज मोर, जर 1:1च्या पेक्षा तो जास्त असेल तर इट इज कन्सिडर्ड टू बी बेटर. द आयडिया इज दॅट फॉर एव्हरी रुपी ऑफ करंट लायबिलिटीज देअर शुड ॲटलिस्ट बी 1 rupee ऑफ लिक्विड ॲसेट्स, मीन्स सेम अमाऊंट इज अवेलेबल फॉर पेमेंट ऑफ करंट लायबिलिटीज. This ratio is better test of short-term financial position of the company than the current ratio, as it considers only those assets which can be easily and readily converted into cash. Okay. मगाशी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे इन्व्हेंटरी इन्क्लूड केलेली नाही आहे, कारण स्टॉक म्हणजे स्टॉक ऑफ गुड्स विकून पैसे निर्माण व्हायला अगदी शॉर्ट नोटीसमध्ये येऊ शकत नाही, जास्त वेळ लागतो त्याला, म्हणून त्यांना एक्सक्लूड केलेला आहे. सो क्विक रेशो हा फायनान्शियल पोझिशन कंपनीची लगेच एक्सप्लेन करतो, कारण त्याच्यामधून आपल्याला कळतं की करंट लायबिलिटी 1 रुपया असेल तर करंट लिक्विड ॲसेटसुद्धा 1 रुपया असायला हव्यात, सो दॅट वी कॅन पे द करंट लायबिलिटीज विदिन ए शॉर्ट नोटीस इफ इट इज रिक्वायर्ड. ओके, नाव here is the distinction between current ratio and quick ratio. Relationship. Current ratio shows relationship between current assets and current liabilities, and quick ratio shows the relationship between liquid assets and current liabilities. Then second distinction will be formula. Third will be objective, which I have explained earlier in these notes, and fourth will be the ideal ratio. Current ideal ratio is 2:1 and quick ideal ratio is 1:1. Means what is required. Ideal means what is required. True measurement and distinction about true measurement. We have discussed all these points in the meaning, or everything is given. Okay, so we have studied 2 ratios, liquidity ratios, that is current ratio and liquid ratio, that is acid test ratio, or which is also called as quick ratio, liquid ratio, or acid test ratio. Okay, so now we have to solve some example. Tomorrow we will solve some examples of current ratio and quick ratio. That's all for today.